This chart shows the volume of F1 student visas issued to Indian nationals during the peak summer admission season. Between 2024 and 2025, that figure plummeted from over 58,000 to just over 22,000, a 62% drop in a single year. The Trump administration has restricted the international student population through tightened screening and increased scrutiny. Citing national security concerns, the White House suspended the entry of new international students bound for elite institutions like Harvard. International students are frequently characterized as individual beneficiaries of U.S. resources, consumers seeking the American dream. In macroeconomic terms, providing that education is a major service export. This flowchart illustrates how foreign tuition and living expenses constitute a massive influx of external capital into the U.S. economy. Restricting student visas operates as a targeted embargo on a multi-billion-dollar domestic industry. The F1 visa initiates a talent supply chain that funnels global expertise into specific sectors of the American economy. The engine of this chain is optional practical training, or OPT. This work permit allows STEM graduates to work in the U.S. for up to 36 months, applying their specialized training to the domestic market. Indian and Chinese nationals account for 70% of this OPT workforce, providing a steady stream of high-skilled labor to U.S. companies. The administration is stalling this pipeline through bureaucratic friction. New interview appointments were paused in favor of expanded screening procedures, including mandatory public social media vetting for all applicants. Structural changes have also been introduced. The Department of Homeland Security finalized rules to replace the flexible duration of status system with a strict 4-year limit on stays, forcing students into complex extension processes. Added to this are severe financial deterrents, such as a proposed $100,000 fee for employers who wish to hire graduates through the OPT program. By layering the OPT program with fees and administrative delays, these policies choke off the talent supply required by the American technology sector. This chart tracks the immediate financial fallout described by economist Michael A. Clements. Because international education represents 5% of all U.S. service exports, reducing student numbers deepens the national trade deficit. There is a secondary, long-term impact on innovation. Foreign STEM workers are responsible for roughly 10% of all inventions patented in the United States. Sabotaging the OPT program halts the creation of these patents, which directly lowers the nation's long-term productivity growth. Rejecting these students discards both immediate tuition revenue and the future intellectual property they would have generated within the United States. The Peterson Institute for International Economics has calculated the total price tag of these policies. Their projections show a loss to the American economy of between $200 billion and $400 billion every year. This amounts to a reduction of up to 1.3% of the entire annual GDP of the United States. These protectionist measures have created a void of high-skilled workers that the domestic workforce cannot currently fill. Global demand for tech careers and high-level degrees has not changed. It has simply relocated to Canada and Europe, where governments are moving to capture the market the U.S. is abandoning. The current visa strategy effectively exports thousands of brilliant minds and their future economic contributions directly to rival nations. The lasting result of this crackdown is the transfer of American economic growth to its global competitors.